As you can really feel the background, it's all smiles and laughter. It tells you that indeed the team is still working. This is the online version of the Frontline Show, and tonight we go deeper into a man who calls himself a prophet, pointing fingers, making allegations, and seeking justice at the same time. But the question is, at what cost? Drama and the thrill of chaos. Ebusia and my Baba Kawasami Oyun Papa. I'm going to do this with my co-host, online man himself. Since I am mainstream, I'm online. Kwaku Annan, Milia, Abom today.
Great. So this is Kwaku Annan, of course, the co-host of Enoch Kofi Ejri. Of course, we are coming to you live from the very studios here, the Frontline CTV, live on all our channels and all our social media handles. Enoch takes over from here.
Indeed, I take over. So it's live on my CTV or as the Brits will say, my CTV the Frontline Ghana, and also on the Hawk TV. Grateful that you've made time. As I said, we're going to be discussing the interesting character, a man of many parts. Recently started pointing fingers and calling Kwaku Annan names. The same individual and character also made some allegations. Wild allegations. I don't know if I should call it prophecy or whatever. Now, my ever come have some no young papa or Sunday, also wound to me. Name kwamshe and on namdoma wound to me, Olebri. The maso no kwamshe and on namdoma agrada, what natum. And interestingly, the same person, no, Tamanu Kwaku Annan shot bat na see first, or man of boys na wabe, and Ankasa Bay, AGCCano, I'll walk on phone could be breaking news be a wabano. I bet you want some, or that could be, but me can want some. Malcolm later. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but Bob and Yamano don't kakra. Yeah. So once again, there's an online version of the Frontline Show. Mainstream will be returning soon with Kwaku Annan. When you're about to expose your album, no me show, papa. Listen the Enoch, Ejo, many Kwaku Annan, na, yeah, baby to me. It's the day will be ano, Yamo Aquaba Fish Apostle. Okay, yeah, share or yeah, opinion of friend Owusu Bempah. Within the past few weeks, months, I want to know one time, was in there, Dama, I be best, war be wabo one time, Venezuela and US or say Ukraine, no Russia, Kwame, who say Israel, Palestine, whom may be described.
Yeah.
The whole thing in the same P. But since I'm a pedayashe, the Owusu Bempah, the prophecies be also a man in a one man, we would be. Oye abenti wa fo wuntumi wa wonu akakraba one o sisters so agrada we je bibia wojini ehune den
Good one. Kofi Ejri, meda wasepa na mechia ebrewe na yechia yetie for ne ahwef. One more airshare program we na mutie so at the same time. So just as you said, the Frontline will be returning soon, but in the meantime, Frontline will be operating, with our social media handles, the Frontline Ghana, my CTVGH, and then our online television, which is the Hawk TV. And the major national for national phone, TSA. Oba line as well. Yes, so subscribe to all the 3 channels. The Hawk TV, your television. Documentaries be so yayen wo na yayen yema be Enoch Kofi Ejri obe interview me ono in charge of the Hawk TV ono aso no director of research Emma the Frontline Show. If you subscribe to the Hawk TV na eneme bia no a say e deba no so obenye bi na wetie and also so washe quick one eneno bra yayen say prior to 31st of December, one of the Pharisees, that Pharisee way, a self-styled, self-acclaimed, self-imposed notorious. Isaac Owusu Bempah. Of course, Eba system no so the can Simbia. Sansem no officer say, Mami Agrada and they currently incarceration. Any would to me, and so I make us Odi Grand Court at Renchi or Konoba and it's a former Inspector General of Police. Oma Ghana Fuina to say or no and or shake Masampini Fuina no. Some at all.
Yeah.
And no and say platform say we need to come back quickly and then Ronibeka said demystify the circumstances need each one of these persons. Ghana for one, a woman, something for some at home. Two, Regina, their Ukrainian reports any documents and so I want near the exposure Farasi or software of the Ghana. Four, Nada Akushisam Nabrabeni Omumpe the Papa, including the breaking news. Yeah, the back home. It's a main course straight.
Yeah, before I go straight, no,
yes, sir.
Me ball won't me. Na mo ball oye agrada.
Yeah.
Maybe so that one kasa. Did you ever hear wo a baby a tea? Wo baby there also been parish on Hong Kong baby dama. A tea baby dam before.
Yeah, or share me Hong Kong.
That be or share dam kofu on Hong Kong. Do bet you yatum. So oboko court. Obe any day. Former IGP them. A tea baby dama.
No.
Anti them conscience like that.
No.
Okay. To awesome.
And the ability a best form of Marco. Yeah. Yen shall see free Mammy Agrada.
Yeah.
Now may come again and be at and once in there. Bria on me say. Mammy Agrada, and I'm in front of Patricia Exibua, also known as Mammy Agrada. It's in cahoots, and I say in the custody of the Ghanaian defense and prosecutorial bodies and they're leading them up or in Saumia.
Yeah.
Na enye ni kwekwanan ena enye bibia yes sonkuna enye sa osofo Owusu Bempah.
Okay.
Ena mama na koba in Sawum. I am repeating this again. Enye ni kweku ena enye Owusu Bempah ena enye bibia. You see, we must demystify and maybe say we have two worlds, and I've always said two worlds collide. The celestial world and the terrestrial world are not the same. And Nyoma, some of these self-styles, we know, as for what is a Bempah, person we and say, Bibiano, person could pija the celestial world, the whole said normally be the terrestrial world, na the physical world way. Normally can and some the body papu, the shady papu, a candy pani to me. Mameno. That kind of crowd Ghana has said, Mami Agrada no beko prisoner. Mention Mami Agrada beko prison earlier years before this very year 2025. You didn't go
no God.
The Ghana and Indians will follow trends and events will know this. Again, I'll not even spend time on some of these issues, but then it's important to say we will expose the self-style Owusu Bempah said the Bay Ghana for your margins and Poe, or no shaking the Sandy Patreno. Asamatom, and then Juma ye didn't say, name troning in that down ye being to Eja. Because Mamia Grada and Numa Waye ewo Ghana Hano. Mekana Cratchel said, one more cry, Menfan said, one more empty enamami ye dinasem. Ubetini Yura Hobson Adoye Nene Gifty.
Yeah.
Or say, as one of woman mammy a court.
Yeah.
Ubetini Sui, a brand CD and a friend appear biblical. Now, if you want to even stay a while longer, on Sa and Nipa 2 in Samoa, as far as hopes in the way you're concerned, I am same degree. Nonetheless, or nevertheless, Mamia Grada a Nipa. Or also, while offending the laws of this country overwhelmingly and has abused the fundamental rights of the ordinary Ghanaian through what we call charlatanic adverts, through what we call wrong mobilization of a certain revenue. And wintia and tax. And farmer a Ghana revenue.
I don't know home brand or not no.
Oh my goodness! And home Ghana near home seven. They say, "Gee, na a dorsal. A pink a biome Ghana for Bekaya somewhere in 2020." Yeah, expose you on the tours. I expose Mobekaya. That was when I chase expose Asofo and Mniade.
But to room now,
A baby to William quiet stream, Mipom, Asofo Bebre, so we're also engaged in charlatanic adverts. Mami Agrada was not exempted from that charlatanic advert. Emma Onwankasa, Nekanda TV, Ghana, who not use our Tanda TV was closed down. Just shutting the TV down. Why? Because not the Tanda TV, and the operating charlatanic all through and through. So TV was shut down later. And ebi TV no man ye die man nya anche na mami cyber share media foforo bi ase nanua say no so start so all ton ni amani me bi ni ade a ebi kwa do tumi de ba na sore na wa ba advertise ni nyara eti o me mra Ghana for adadana do nti mami no I can tell any Ghanaian at the range of my voice and say mami agrada you have seen case in free mo. Neyisa appear
Council, yeah.
It would be that of say Mami Agrada versus the Republic of Ghana. Mr. J, we have 1,000 issues the government and I said the prosecutorial bodies of this country in the case of Houston, and it's some of these charlatanic in I said cross-examination course. In the cross-examination, Mammy Jenny Fum to be brave, and to me say yes, say, including Nani didn't call to me. Yes, had the neighbor back. And yet the name being put extraction F hopes in the and your desires as some in the crown and Yanaqua. But it and part Nan answer no can you good hopes in the year who speak again. Many hopes are very close. Meaning someone mammy a kafa hopes in the year gifting one. Nakofi Nina Bakukri one absolutely untenable. Ain't me hold the substance of the law. Ain't it a banner, Penny I feel proud to election 2024. Dear you whom I'm in all year. Shequaya Mamini Teki, the then candidate John Dramani, the cleanest, insulting the candidate and said all sorts of things. No Jinabonte, or Johnny Pulpit, so a good candidate, Mama, it didn't say. Namibao, it's me so as I'm so fair. Upon Sir President John Dramani Mahama, or Pesem Rayejuma, not the punishment me. President Mahama Rabbit Rabon Taka Ghana for Saha, one hour me say, therefore, and then they were power. It's me, ma'am, running with it. We are some Mahama.
Oh, why will you do that?
No. And there are so many ways of which even the president can trigger or precipitate a certain reaction.
Because you have those powers, yeah.
Why? Ain't it a ho? Ninari a case here, who baby some who say, where? And this self-style crook, self-style fake, Owusu Bempah. Everything they did Ghana for him, I catch him, movie say, or no was shaking my mamma, you know, 7 previous. No watching. By the way, would you need to me, Mammy Agrada? Bisa said, a debate a tour no Owusu Bempah in 2024, DNA year. Mammy Agrada was in defense police custody. Subsequent to that of Sir Ono Owusu Bempah, so Ono Chini to Ministries Police Station, DNA year. And yet the same thing. Only Mammy Kunkunyan Tawantawa. Emma the then IGP, George Kufu Dampare, actually needed to move several weeks and months. And she had a born a panier one in Tosha Moose and info. Emma no Yankopon Yadoma, Onyani Trimudi, or da police station one. Yamine Bem, Yasancho. Owo Befanekoi. All of us we know. Ye play some role. At that time, government's been in air power. The government of MPP had done Kwaku Annan, of which Owusu Bempah, a close ally to MPP. Mumbisa said, then they see it. Then President Kwaku Annan, I name is Owusu Bempah, MPP, new and I say, no, a kind of crash the Ghana for ne. No one can so Owusu Bempah, and with him, he said, he took offense of the fact that NPP for na wa bem na so kwan de ne fast na ni anjo yenti ne weni nye ho wo ye osofo fun wo de mra hye wo nsem and some fun na wo die say a self-styled man of God. No what abusing the laws of Ghana. For me, I'll tell you the NPP did so well because the chief of staff then Mami Frema Opari, the former vice president, any party at that point, source and no, Owusu Bempah John no Kwaku so they disown him. And when they Owusu Bempah Yawa, or because Mumbi says at that time, the IGP, kind of Owusu Bempah, it kind of created sub-7 periods, a common criminal crime, you say you took in this hour. What I say, Nipani free, even yet free police station near the neighbor. Police hospital or crana, any more than na handcuff in Sugunza. Yeah, the number 2 police in Paso, I did replace in na handcuff Gunza. Wow. And what they need to be told, who say, given a papa with or a map, a buying one or say, a friend to the government, punishing is as severe. And from there, Owusu Bempah did not like the NPP. Now, I am aware from Onwaga's Owusu Bempah, in him to say, no believe at that time. Now, they won't meet us.
Yeah, Mama, I've got that matter, no. But them, I can't afford them people were treating like would be a criminals and terrorists and other Venezuelan lead a miss or the Bobby. Why do you think the NPP administration, I will not say the NPP administration, but the police administration at the time did that? What makes you think that? Why would they do that? Anyway, meaning now there was a hidden agenda, now there was one of those things.
That's a great question. Now, Owusu Bempah would blame 1 or 2 persons to have been behind that particular ordeal. But be that as it may, I know, say, not the target was one person, say any panel or Shechin or Moyesai. And he eventually mentioned this man who became the secretary to the cathedral, Kwesi Boateng. And I'm sure Ghana for him, yeah.
Some downsides are number for me. I'm just not. Oh, yeah,
Kwesi Boateng and Abofra. But then at the point, Kwesi Boateng gained a certain favor, before the sight of former President Akufo-Addo. And at a point, there was a serious rift between the two of them.
Father and son.
Exactly. So no believe he said no. Only you be away gaining that notoriety in NPP. About a saying and a Kwesi Boateng about being yes, steps a baby nyamu is a dear I mean there was that until say Owusu Bempah said they make claims there. Ono ebasa no ofre wound to me. And will be saying to me, say, and I almost want to me a police some help be at the Amman police headquarters. Only for him to be told that want to me the catchers and I may boa Bempatia or me can't check Ghana for say they're making me boa because he's on okay. So okay. I wound to me no. As soon wound to me catch and say no, Charlie, one way she says her case in mono, beyond him. And one among the people mentioned a Kwesi Boateng and almost she says her case with
Kwesi Boateng no natural powers and wound to me more NPP by that time. According to Owusu Bempah, and this is a statement he made to you.
This is a small catcher.
Okay.
Okay. But you didn't know to one more. You be say on the surfaces of the law and the crime and the purported whatever the situation that warranted the incarceration there. It is a bit waiting at someone when you're Bolivia near Baba told you. No. Sana mona wo 2 year mo call my mini fear on in a including Sabran TV, a friend, a do bed shows or whatever. Woman kuta two.
I don't put no tree to screen.
Exactly. To the extent telling the world to say, and I'm sure say that video no and I would see a bebo magana.
Yeah, that's a bebo show.
Yeah, so say, who catching me, we are so far to say, I knew Ghana near one. Na wukumu bia enko baabia when they can we Reverend Owusu Bempah abranti e fene bechi eno ka ho na ma police for declare boy no wanted later boy ni didn't who came wira udwane ya later mo e declare no wanted no mo sa kokoche no na so we your software you say you are preaching the paragon of virtue you must demonstrate as such now what dear we gain that notoriety of a true trust them e wo mo nim hasa until from there no only wound to me na akwa say wabo wound to me na to what did that.
Okay.
No, not question what wound to me. But I will tell you that won't to me no so no me bu ma na bro won't to me so. That incident in a see won. There are a lot of top MPP for no mushishe mu. Reason why into the years and no no including some back year 2020. Your fra so for bebre echo Jubilee House.
Jubilee
Yeah,
House.
some back sure. He took offense of all of that. But MPP for him why into no more yen your matter. What I say, nipa what you say, ma the way nara so you nipa ben, ma the way reflecting national in character. Ni nipa if we say adibu mo a wo kura betimi aboa etwitwaje wan no mo etwitwaje. Na me ni on lokwa emfanto ho so sa. Nso ma me agrada na asem wo gen. Me kama Ghana ni bia ate asese eyen oye kuhwini ye dade ni ye mebrebe ni no eno wa ma verse ma me agrada no ho kire no eyen tro. Me say but challenge no and I dare him on my country Ghana for exactly what he did. What the man agrada de no to nche. Afi yemra wuntu yeah wo na wo shem na wo ba catch Ghana for say wuntu almost at a point ono wuntu mi so benya ntawanta be in 2024 prior to the elections Emma wuntu mi be keka nsem bi ena ono catch wuntu mi so ono betimi abakumase na obakumase a the oba be Ashanti regional NPP will lose a vote e Ashanti regional ena wuntu mi there no ena fine e say but then let's all get it straight and nobody get it including Bempah. Listen, for the 8 years of Akufo-Addo's government, of which the NPP's headquarters is in Ashanti region, where the Ashanti region Nankasano have given up on the NPP way back in their before the 8-year period. The Ashanti, according to intelligence report, now I'm challenging Bempah. I can tell Ghanaians.
Now, even before then, every political journalist or student or someone who has or anyone who has interest in politics, they will tell you the time now president to call Ashanti region kakade so on to man about Trump before on to man that statement statement alone. That statement,
you know what? One of the Brony Biwo.
Yeah, one of the questions is I'm like a kind of massam. And that statement,
no. Brony Biwo Ashanti region.
Or so like on my akuma bed, papa. And some of water region so Sebu.
Okay, I'm so
yes, and some of water region so time now or friend at Toronto or 2 years on the movie. There's also a how on 2 months, but yes, still no, I must have done present to some born.
Sure.
It is aimed at variable some boom pia. There's no way between I got an MPP on that percentage, you know, when you're 30 something or so 40 something. I don't. No one should claim their property behind and to show us some future man.
Thank you for this supporting person. In Ashanti region, some of us we are students of intelligence and intelligence build up in data collections near Wonkekau. And like I'm saying, the MPP stronghold in Ashanti region, of which all of us we know, the Ashanti region had earlier before 2024 had given up on the NPP as their stronghold. Now, I will tell you why. Didn't we hear say, even in Malaysia, some of Otu say to Lieutenant Nimniade, Ibrahim Abonte, America saying the NPP for now, and one alone and to hear that Otu say to chiefs are out there talking against the NPP. What does that mean? Do you know the volume? If the Santene will speak to the Ashantis and tell the Ashantis, say, no, about when you're by idea, when to me and fan for baby and family or memoir, even although they did not speak loud and clear for people to hear. Kofi, the gestures of the Ashanti kingdom, the gestures of Ashanti, I said, a newly be NPP government. And now, so we demonstrate to Ashanti memoir. Women so including the runabout and then majority leader what's his name? In charge
that time I'll come out to twice what a one magazine for
MPP knowing so where you're stronghold, but when we dia santimai abrum or ye, no visas and for no more down. And it's a who big general now say, when I hear them. Now, yeah, they're neutral. Now, you're not the crimes of wound to me. And by this interview, challenge every Ghanaian, go on the social, maybe be, you know, data no more being access to it. Now, you'll be a corner cockoshe. Now, I'm quite saying, Susan, so one sure say, Owusu Bempah that they mean a benny, and I will say wound to me. What is wound to me crime? Now, go on the social media, or be a YouTube, also, for information spy with, saying, Google. What Google wound to me versus the Republic of Ghana. You will see the chart sheet of Wontumi versus the Republic. The crime near then, back or one or two. Sikabeni Edema Wontumi say Wontumi Konkoye road construction in Ashanti region, in many of the municipal areas in Ashanti region, or constructed, and I want constructed. Again, there was a certain cocoa project to be and the CKB Wontumi was a Wontumi, and so Cocoa executive. Then the last one, ASS saying, Sikano Wontumi Kokojiwe, a friend said the Exim Bank, say Sikano, away. Where is that money? $40-something million, $45 million. Mr. said, Sikano, away. That is one. Number two, special purpose vehicle bang, and I want to be says Kokoji. Okoji says in the name of the government. What the company now want to me for me? No, Mr. Say company, nay, whiny deem in the government. And on the basis of such special purpose vehicle now want to me a crazy or the coin on that basis and the bank releases it cannot or the man want to me. Number four, I feel if you can buy Mumisa say MPP paying for saying and a benefit here from that money. Number six, this is why MTI want to emphasize cannot one fan can create. Number seven, I feel this as something for I didn't want to me on to me then and pointy hands. I was something for the young control. Wontumi has decided to take all the blame, and he's going to take the blame and go to jail. What are you talking about? And to be trying to catch a Ghana for so who and why am I want to me then that day you could see and bonnie for and it is high time to expose you. Any we are. It's a wound to media. Me the baby say, Obia, you need the imposing information Google no so. Not type of wound to me, natural information out there. Look, judge and OD wound to me. I said, yes, should that criticize and the judge maybe so. The same judge, OD wound to me case. The same judge, and OD former buffer stock CEO, friend, Annan, the case. The same judge, and OD, your friend is saying, a national service secretary give to a warren the same judge and Woody a former national petroleum authority Alhaji Mustafa Hamed case.
Wow,
we know what is going on and we know why the NDC
the same judge for all these cases.
Of course, yeah, or your bar.
And the reason why might the same person handle all these cases could be what?
Sure, one judge in the APC case, including wound to media. And I don't want to release certain information. Be a very sensitive.
Okay.
Wound to me no wound to me no. That's social.
And the mining issue in Adinia.
Oh, home put them in call as far as our mining area concerned. We are all here. And you who say former President Akufo the ebeg exonerating. But then I mining in some and then ma wound to me who be so much to the extent I feel wound to me at TV so other places are all there. All display gold bar no money at the all be President Mahama tell me one
and Vice President I cannot mention one.
It's on one wound to me invited all sorts of unwarranted attacks on him. But then you will do so, and then later the law will find you culpable and chase you out, and then you must prove yourself. I can tell mine and put some media. And also say one of it. Until Ubebisa said, where then comes? Where is the spirituality of this self-style guy? They catch Ghana for some minimum. We are the spiritual there now.
But this question here. Why they obe claim them I did not know how to abra on him don't no be claim them I don't. What opinion? Why do you think?
Very good question. Because when the laziness of Ghanaians sometimes is overwhelming.
Okay.
When him say Ghana for baby, no the case in point, and the case men can saying as it were now.
These are some not the cases and the charges and guess one of them are. Don't coffee, could baby wagerly.
Such persons like the Empanamano would find that place as a gray area quietly. Go in there. Again, they bring so in the details. About them, Pasukuku PA, Sa police for instance. But they bring so where say, Ampa, or software, only MPP for Yantawantawabi. If you honestly say, or can one need to the boom say, me and my say MPP for say, at home, including the MPP opposition. Kofi, any pair better muscle, any form be GDN. So
for that one, I agree because the Bono are quite to Akraba, non Kafutum. Why wouldn't he be able to convince other people?
Overwhelmingly, the Adrimoha, and the will believe it.
And I can, and I can no agree.
Nti ono fe say obetimi akoshe ho na ode no abono ho safene but one to me is facing a genuine charges and a genuine case that he has to prove himself. Yet I say former finance minister yet yeah I think you need to say former finance minister yeah I say for actually America
I'm on that show baby.
At the end of the day the crime is crime.
But do you think that Owusu Bempah feels powerful because of his relationship with the current administration, or because he thinks he has a relationship with the current administration?
Not at all. Completely.
But does he feel powerful?
Listen, he should not fool in his own fool's paradise. Because NDC for one, they don't have only time, man. They come and on one yes. They come on what and once say, yeah, the NDC for will be kind, so they'll find full respect. Woman is someone who was stressed every week. Woman was stressed, woman in the straight because the NDC in winning say, or the necessary that told Mahama through, Oscar Sembe from Mahama through. The NDC NDC for no one see now Bempah no. Do you know the NDC for say? What do you know about them? These are core people who knows their left from their right. They know by their calculations and they know the temperature at the time of Akufo. They say, hey, Ghanaians were already tired of the MPP and Ghanaians were ready to let go of the MPP. Into what you won't come share. From now down, commissioner Nipa Bakuma on one hand, Pharisee anyway, we be Jaho. At the time, I said, John Mahama Esufunaka. Hey, the same person no was saying about no, John Mahama, Esun said then the same person no was saying about of course, now for the program, so John Mahama has blood on his hands. Now, if you have a serious country, step in previous, they are ready to sanitize society. The corporate Ghana need to be sanitized of these unscrupulous rats and ragamuffins and scavengers. Owusu Bempah should have been arrested that day and prosecuted in jail. Okay? Because even the NCA acting as if all of this, their prophecies comes under what you call charlatanic. Now, at the time of candidate Mahama, Nipa, when we are so crestfallen, if you like, disappointed, and not to vote for John Mahama. You know Nipa, who became or were affected by a certain form of fear and panic and refused to vote for John Mahama. And do you know what he did to the political class? He destroyed the man's political fortune. And the same person now comes back and says, no, God has now again revealed to me, now he has ordained John Mahama to lead them. Because some fool, stupidity and a fool. You say all of this and then you go free. Why? And I've said and again, everybody knows it. The political class, they need to be very, very careful. The political class of this nation, I am telling them they should be very careful because the destruction of this nation is really at hand. And these self-styled men of God are propelling this country gradually into a point of no return, except to call it abyss and destruction. This is why we have to expose him. Now, the last person Owusu Bempah says what? Ono eno shechire. The answer is obvious. Why? Semi na mechi uku fiji etumwa. Nene me waba samwa. A automatic adjusting say ubiti me ababo until I go. Me na me shiji ne quick one and that's
yeah.
anything.
It's very easy.
Because the dampare and the chi no I didn't two
I know more no. Montano.
Ebra ye dampare if you want. And also I no shiji ma dampare yet. Now let's go into case study. Dampare came with saying the NPP. Now but minimum 1 or 2 reporter Nina a part of the assessment of dampare's what stewardship in the police administration. One, a big case such as what? Not too long when the MPP would come to power. At the ABC, one prominent parliamentarian was murdered in cold blood. And when JB Dankwa.
Yeah, JB Dankwa.
JB Dankwa was the cousin of Akufo-Addo. Ebra IGP no air Dampare, not our police administration. Dampare was the Great Accra Regional Command. Incidentally, see under ono the nine so. Ebra case ne a wona samle by no. Officers a call seniors and one among them prominent was the same Dampare. And on call senior. Ebra muko scene no mukoko de one. JB Dankwa moja ye prepare ye cleaning enough. As a CBC or Dampare, I didn't and no superintendent Mamuja, the papa in every and a prayer and by cleaning the blood, and one of it describes it. Evidence was compromised.
Yeah.
Why? And who instructed that? Yet the nature of what? I fear ban is saying reports not investigation or or to me the report to be about one thing.
Maybe so that Moja American is it an allegation or statement of fact?
It's a statement will be treating this allegation, saying allegation.
Okay.
And anything you be saying, say, no me
okay.
And I say,
okay.
Say, JB down Kwamujan, Obi clean how JB down Kwashiho.
Okay. Okay.
What is it that or no?
That's fair. That's a fair question. Yeah.
Anyway, we are, Mr. say, JB down Kwa report. The former IGP, or to me produce here. So when to me produce that report, all throughout the 8 years of Akufo-Addo's reign, why? The India. What happened into the winter to produce that report? 3, subsequently, he was transferred to Winneba. Into the unit didn't call Winneba. So, Ghana, not Ghana. And then let me believe say there should not be any pressure on Dampare not to have done his job as a police chief at that time. Yeah, the nature of what I feel me say Akufo-Addo nankasa no only JB Dankwa ne ye moja ba kono. Ebre oba bem no mumisa say how many times President Akufo-Addo mentioned murder cases and could not mention on one Kasane blood brother, JB Dankwa. Say, I am going to ensure, say, the national security and the police will produce a report on JB Dankwa. Say, Ghana need to say Akufo-Addo Kebia, woman fast tape recording. Say, Ghana need to say Akufo-Addo saw this report in the BP. No one found by Ghana need to produce a report in the name of if Akufo-Addo ever mentioned the cousin JB Dankwa who wasema, I dare anybody be on for report number.
Before I veer off a little bit from the main issue, a good point. I mean, just an intelligent idea be or report to be why the president decided to be silent on his own cousin's murder.
I'll remain there. It's a story for another day.
Okay.
But then, me mamo chronicle of a Nyoma Dampare, of which some of them became a booby trap from Wankasa Dampare. And I will not allow Owusu Bempah to sit there and tell a palpable lie, a falsehood. Now, what do you need actually? Later, Ono Dampare, accusations upon accusations in this country. Dampare created a police unit called the PBI or something of that sort. Yeah, to check, but I think it's PBI. Or creates our unit within the police service. Another pseudo unit within the police.
But again, is this one also an allegation or a statement?
An allegation or reporting our groups we are. Dampare critique to woman almost woman happened most of them. Yes, woman didn't Dampare. Now it's become became one of it. The entire look, one of an IGP or Baya, Kofi, because there were several intelligence reports written by civil society groups near the intelligence chiefs.
Groups,
Yeah, the president and say, Dampare administration. Dampare eventually became like what? A social media, share person. On Namwa. Next I said Facebook did it, or Bano Kutana Puma. Kutana Puma to say
come on.
and Warba.
If we're not in our damper one can them prophecies in Kwambado.
One Adeba Kwan Dampare, Yene Bonabaso, was the very fact of say, I feel not prophecy in Dodobia, Enyadia, Fata. I think somewhere in the 2021 or so. Yeah, 2021. What did he do? And Oma Sofoni Natron, what to say. Town Kosian, Commissioners are Basano. You should be measured. Oma Samson Ladia Yenini. Enna is Ankoma. Miami is Ankoma. And Wona, any Sofoni Bebre, Kotrasi meeting, say. Some commission and motion rough of them. The fact is that Ghana is a secular state near also, predominantly a Christian religion. You can't be doing things like that. Yes, I didn't know myself only degree. I told him once to say, I don't know, when we into ocean statement, what they will say, all of you must be measured. I don't know about Kaya, if you measure some community more fair than Ghana, more another evidence. And this was one of Dampare's acts, one of the highs.
And that was 2021.
No, 2021.
You have that report, eh?
Yeah, I have the report.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, who the nature wa Kofi? Afi yemra enyema Dampare ya onwanka sini na beya asudi kese. The Dampare came under barrage of allegations of what? Killings. All right? Judicial killings in Tamale. There were about 5 people were shot and killed in cold blood. The reports are here. And I'll tell you, the relatives of this deceased was a police officer. ACP Yahaya was a former police detective in headquarters and later was transferred to DA. All right? There were other people, including the 7 Nigerians, were allegedly killed by Dampare boys at this police headquarters. And those Nigerians, there was one among them also allegations not a pregnant woman Nigeria no more say later maame no hwan o yakwachi omu na ewo budumbura me yakwachi omu na ebebi o masan ye ni o masam ship yanti o mun kabe. I obtained the pictures of all of this, including several reports. Yet ni na tia bonten say Dampare mra no meyi sansam na no Dampare se me man na mabochina yenti no ma me ya no ono pe no betimi akire. But me na me KBC say the government of John Dramani Mahama or the NDC as a party, no more trotty about the government. They were watching all of this. They knew that no, at a point, the entire police administration had given up on Dampare. So, several reports and a free police service in Uber. No police officer. Now, I will tell you this quickly. When police officers are Umunya Kopempam, the fence Atare White, Nini no Mato. Ediegu were cabinet, our police headquarters were getting ready to hear annual mass get said, Pip Dampare Yimpian in Sabonte, no message on Montaria. White. Eventually,
it happened.
The day Dampare was asked to move, what happened? Didn't we see some
the kind of jubilation of in fact,
including the jubilation?
It was sad at the same time. I don't know, but
and these are things that happen practically.
Let's move video. A whole IGP pa we the
entire police from district to region to
it was serious, okay? It was serious.
Now that time, no, we say now Owusu Bempah and I will share the entire police force in the whole country. Police, who said that on Owusu Bempah said the entire police force across all regions. No, Mumi say the entire police population, 1 year saying. And how many times no one will see the four walls of the police headquarters? Now we are two to Mukrana, one year two to went in Yan. One went in Yan in the hands of 6 police people, went in Yan, and I will be there. By the way, into ye now cocaine kind constitution. The constitution also says no. Once a president be appointed, IGP Biano, he must do it in consultation with what? With the Council of State. Now, at the point of say Council of State, President Mahama Bayer, Council of State, so that became a bit of a gray area for the president to delay. At that time, some of us, including Ekwekwamite, journalists being not run a report. Our damper say President Mahama on your day, fraud.
And the year crusade,
and the report is for everybody to verify. And the President Mahama at that time obey onion or train or appointed Council of State or appointed Council of State and automatic Council of State for say Council of State mun debate on this issue as to whether said the domestic chief or no share can say domestic issues no man in trial and answer man in court. And at the end of the day, Council of State for extra able bohu and there. Those for and against. Now baby says Munko be so Owusu Bempah on me country and say Council of State no do was saying and omoto abano womotoma dampare and why no do was saying almost one man to ama dampare and my resources on my penino he has to take his decision. Coupled with the police reporter, hold on intelligence reporter na aba yedi juma. The last one I met and mobile kaya the same dampare and only MPP regional offense and northern regional chairman ye bugri na abu e conspiracy sa conspiracy no ono IGP no in dampare one of the offense AD come ono ye dey recorder man no a fix recorder no e wo ye offense bugri na abu office e ma ye pia offense COP Alex offense Alex Mahwanwan means Alex means any another police officer sorry ye do me na kokko share home ye record o later parliamentary committee no extra case
and some people with them recording
Emma the chairman of the committee ye ora attach any na no ebufu me say omoye na sa asem se ne kata so se de that report no kwa kokin kan say na die na ne ye kafa dampara na woni me wa dampara ye ansa na woko you even know the things dampara did before ansa na woko and then you got the nerves you a down silly crook who ba be catch Ghana for so who na we chira madam pare ye de pam any madam pare ye see akan wi na Ghana na san e tie say ye wi a instead say nipa no face full trial and full prosecution na asem no ahe no ahe ni akata so na asem na ekon bebe enti enne no say no Ghanaians we should not let Owusu Bempah go scot-free about this case. And I challenge any Ghanaian say go and verify all of this report, including on Owusu Bempah. On metre, ya there no. On metre the property also yeah. Emma Sango we womwa eke dreamu. Kushini party say you deceptive man of God. No, it is 2026. May the same catch him. Yeah, most of us suffer more Ghana there. Ebriketuo. All
right there. Yes.
The 3 people
interesting, yeah.
And then will be
anyway, with my co-host, I'm doing this with my co-host Kwaku Annan, vociferous Ghanaian journalist, and a very interesting part discussing issues of allegations bia wabo bado na nsembia oye opinion of friend Owusu Bempah wakeka say hwaje ni din ya from what Kwaku waka ibisi na cho bibiara Owusu Bempah onye problem bia no wa hye no honkom dam na no paache dam so nkom short dam de when you jutumo onye ati impedi dame na so de ne Obama tina bridge bi asno wo di fufu na Bempah dami de yeswa de oye yanse biani inti dam prophecy yanse biani dan American civil ayada waye nsembi wo yakeka aba nkofo wahyeso awobakwa tisi last time ne do stand dan na some story ya wasa waye abort na fantim dan na yakan asa snake wo yo In fact, me who now video, but me sorry. I say, "Oh friend, Akwesi, Akwesi." Masa, you play video now.
If you may have video, no. Na me nim sɛ wode bɛhyɛ mu wɔ efiefoɔ no wahwɛfoɔ no ahwɛ deɛ
Oh my
me
word.
wɔ hɔ ɛna yɛsɛ ne maa me sɛ ana kwaku sɛ na woyɛ snake sɛ snake sɛ sɛn adam yɛ diabolo ɛna ɔse
People, yeah, forgive me. Open chain, why? We are having a little bit of fun, Kakra. Diabolo is Nabu.
ɛna ɔmo so bɛmpa sɛ na ɔde sɛ ɔde adeɛ bɔ wo ɛna wotie mu sɛ akwasi wote na msɛ me kwaku a mete mimi tie mu
Oh my word.
I didn't have them.
Oh my
And
word.
then maybe you.
Ghana Hamum the higher though, to be honest. Ghana higher the papa. There's this
Nah,
breaking news finally.
yeah.
Time at this whole fighting between yourself and Opini Oshasi. Okay, the on phone call police station, on phone call court, on phone call baby ara. Abama the boys in way to Juma. Boys used to no odors pa. Still, I'd announced an ankasa better. Echi Matthew was on your National Media Commission. Open Cheche.
Yo, Mr. Jimmy, that's the breaking news of this very program we are OYE. Actually, say, if you watch at free now, Sana Seminary, say, and Tawantawa Koswa, Yanino, December 2025, Nina, Sana, okay, Kanensem, including, say, before 31st, I'm not quite sure which particular day, say, 27 or 28, before the 31st. And Obeka Che, we are seeing now, say, Ora Kwaku Annan, Obeka crashing a papa. Intermediate, na me jitum say, me crash Kwaku Annan. Na, sa self style, fake man of God, na, wabuano hu ye, esi, no. Intermediate, me o one, sa man for ye, send a link, ya, be to, kwane ye, send a ban, ade. I'm see you. Intermediate, so pressure ban, so, Kwaku, na report to police.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people office in Cracker and report. The catch of the reporter saying, I keep the report. One issue.
And I'm saying, Menko. Now, Menko, no, my reason is simple. They say, yes, I may hear Bama be brave. We are some pennies here, Bama Pia Kuja. Now, so I give you more. A yana watch your meme, Musai. And I'm say, Owusu Bempah, Bama do it. Ya me catch any penny na ne office and say, no. Say, Bempah, the casse, obey crashing ya. Crashing or walking, say, be spiritual one. Say be physical one. Me de mean to me. Name ye man quine. Untimi den onye sad na. And sure no ankasa nso enunyam. Nti enu de mu bia na obe no. 7 radius aminya wa meya no. Ene den ne nam. Ene madam so.
Yeah.
Nti me madam ho so. Nti so obe crash on crash. Ye na ye hwe no. Nti e de ne ye see am the first quarter of the year. Yeah, the second quarter they can near the third quarter can near hwe because Mr. G and so ye do wrong. Bible no cry can't o. O say hwe mogya hwe gu ama enkwagye ni ho. Enti asofo yi kwan omo fa so aye omo nyewe ni eduru ba bia ese se obi ye
So what
gina
say
ho.
yes, Moja, we did the honka kakra.
Exactly. Ye gina ho ni ye mo omo hu say ye nye hu for se be enya do. Mo dada Ghana for no bebre na for far too long. No. Yankopon ma ye mu bi ma kukudu. We are servants of God. Okay? Okay, Hosea 4:6 ewo ho sa atu lack of knowledge in enipa na perish. Oh, lack of knowledge. The people are perishing. And when Yankopon and Shadan so ama me kan kyerɛ mo sɛ momfa n'asɛm bi mmra ma ɛnyɛ hu ama. Wama asɛm na yɛ simple ama yɛ nyinaa sɛ ɛyɛ n'asɛm ɛna ɔsɛ yɛn ngye ndi. Na honhom no bɛba yɛ so a according to Acts chapter 1 verse 8 no. Honhom no bɛba yɛ so no yɛn nyinaa yɛbɛba bɛyɛ part of the adansekruwa no ama ɔno Onyankopɔn ɛwɔ hemfa Judea, Samaria, and unto the outermost part of the world. And that's some wakato. It's ye part of that dance crew. And so see a man kwama so for displays, I display no more to no, never any eduma. You see, in Tiena ye can say, sa crashing, Bama crashing up. May one say just week here. National Media Commission for penny for back. on minimum winner or just suffer on Mr. Panama and why woman why we are journalists of your caliber of your sort. That baby is a media commission won't call that. Oh, there be sure. Now the media commission means you muka catches a yedumokua woman regulators of media. The obi we are journalists. Nasa office a journalist be a UBB. Na enya wo de na wo dero ana wo hyehyewa ya obetimi aya na say wo de sa journalist no call media commission say wo mo emfa journalist no mo ne nkasa. That's all about media commission. Media commission in court or wo mo ni prosecutorial powers of the prosecutor no wo mo sisi asem. Ultimately one is be a friend is as someone if you and I'm say what it make quite the money. If you penny for yes no Kwaku win say the guy he's fighting you the software man Bempah. He has come to petition media commission that we have to take the matter. And I'm say, are you sure? No, see wait, no cover petition no. And no read the petition the kakra. And why then? It's here and I'm saying Owusu Bempah.
My petition about like interesting point to be able to my
petition no your war partial petitioning nine and something they say me didn't attempt the good anymore say by any name basa and sem fata
okay
now me meaning a dumaku a year CTV no media commission for ni and kasa
okay
woman and kasa
me taper
no media commission and sign investigative assembly no money and kasa hey Owusu Bempah.
So I'm just saying, so I don't know, or friend, and one do you call friend, Christian Council.
Yeah, but I'm a minimum emergency. One of threats, Kakaka, Wabemani, it's our threat in the Bono, Medo call Christian Cancer, and I'm a do Pentecostal cancer, and I'm do call charismatic cancer, and also me do call police, because our threat way. Obino can say, Kwaku Annan say, as some to a branch and a busha from Owusu Bempah. The Impobitan. Meaning taking that anamoto no na dia na yewa sabri ama wudi mirika akwakoshe media commission for which say you are going for like a rescue mission say media commission for me rescue that's seriously
a very shock
into will be ya na chese sabri no Owusu Bempah also oba be crash owura Kwaku Annan no that the Ghana for when timi amfa kwota anye nkwan enti sabri onu mirika tu
gidi. May I show that the next step by your court. If you court so I need to do our fast, the Hague.
Now, wait my dear. Emra say, when to mean commission. No, we answer Master court. She's never done that.
Okay.
Sure, in law, no, let us say it's like an estopel because the commission, you know, or the powers of the High Court, even though only prosecutorial
powers, yeah.
Into winning in court, into any so
sure,
no, a move back on either side, so court. But then again, Ghana ni bi anso tiemia, yem fan some way be mum may and fan yagro, say, or so way and in a caliber. Woman nipa, woman we from US, London, Ghana, Atnasi, Idiatem, Kwaku Menkwa. No 1 man 1,000 see women included on the Bempah, and then the latest threat. Na say 7 previous and the would mean sorry say no media commissions or mumma frame me na ye met transmit and cancer asemuya kofi and na Ghana for na be judges for me I see this as the most embarrassing in guase kese a ema bi say onyankopon aka na sem say so woni mu ntokwa ko a onyame wonko bi ma wo and onyankopon so ohutiwini ohutiwini eko edema no. It's my issue is simple, sir. All of this, Bempah should have allowed God to fight his fight for him. I didn't think about it to Kwaneko, but then Yentia says, when Yankupon Casacriano, only Bempah ne other surrogate, when Yankupon no more to Kakesi or no more Babe, Papa. They no Yebenya and no sweet trace away for 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 6. Who reads one near Zachariah chapter 13, verse 4, 5, 6, and also Onyamedi o Japanae bomb so be chase so many Johnny if you say any ono Bempah kwa woman also. And they should get it straight there. They are at war with God and not me. May come on so phobia obinya program with you are not at war with me. You are at war with God. And God is about to what? Establish his throne. And throne bear the theocracy throne. God is about to establish it. Now some of them established now. Sa asofo adadafo eputrafo bomina shoma akushifo na brabafo nyinara. A woman na omura yebenya no hemfa. Eye John chapter 1 8 verse 44. Osin omura we dadeni we profo. Their father is a father of lies and deception. Okay? Into Nyankopon, why your provisions are master house of we now? Into Ghana for no, yen sorry you waka say. To trust some of my sofa be breed, a reporter and say, can coffee air, who's also phobia or no, or being area for the area on any wall or bow fence and other lands, or say, what about any our use then? What it's your banner or banner? Pretty, beautiful woman. Obana Jinsimu. Obana we no. So, Pana and Pain is ye near on the 7th of January, a see Friday a year holiday, and they also for now Kwaku. The bright in see Obano in seeing it. What is here? And same.
I did be away. Damn, you came so mohade. Yana Kasagana Hano, or the baby and work a day. Why they yin painful yin painful no, say you being ye serious. The Oman Casano, soon to me. Yama con madam are so far politicians be my so powerful. You are any make one. And why do you allow these things? Also, I am in Pana one I am go upon Neko. One I am go upon Abonsam. God created all men equal. Obia one a talent. To the fact that the master be a commission, the fact that I will can Yamna send us will make you so special. Then Yamna Sanokana nobody. How do you even understand the dispensations that we've had? Bible no teaching from the old canon to the new canon. The word canon crumble. How many of you do you understand it? And yet you call yourself a man of God. You don't even know what to call the canon. I can't for the New Testament, Old Testament, or even going into apocalyptic literature to understand certain things. And you call yourself a man of God. It makes me angry. Now you have on you position come. Each time they don't get military kind of system on your Sebio Obianka they will couple cool some dabi. But that military discipline, ni man, I keep paying. Yasi a COVID obey your soldier football country, Miss Ugun from Beman when you're gentle. And you know what we are soldier. I mean, that one democracy, maybe 92 years and Muhun Danyamani. Then from 70s, 80s, I didn't know soldier. Last time will be about your comment, or are you the host, or you are, how do you call it? How do you call it? Football, you gossiping, BB, say, who will you penetrate? No, better because of internet, no, I guess about heart. Politicians, small boy, when you baby, are 40 yen. All of a sudden, a politician, and when your car, being wasted down where will be a visa question. Now, on in the system. Not honorable. Now, if you know the law, apart from parliament, I before be honorable. No, put if you don't call the person honorable. You call the person by his title. Now, so, even I am assemblyman who save you. Oh, yeah, assemblyman goes for honorable. Hey, oh, in fact, to be honest, a lot of things could do with Yasa. K. Ajakuma.
No, I am on mine rather. Any you sir, and you're my fifi,
Ajakuma.
and you're my fool, sir, and you're more my way, and you start. Oh, now, and on a maximum mechanism, it is the institutions are women play role, but yet me sanitize your society as woman, you meduma, and I'm Mr. And no more being cast media and also. Yanso said the entire alumni and ye juma. It is a media ne edinimu ayo meduma. Mo being cast said ye nisa obi. Baby, say ye na see a beko quieter. Society na kasi a thing a bebo. Obaya make us all software.
I don't want to make money.
Regrettable.
How?
You want another story and you investigate here. A young, pretty woman in London. With two more sophobia Leono Akase Bunitrimam at the point, you know. Sama me or London. In fact, over 20 something years, I feel Winyan and Crater. Now, the regrettable part in the all ye more London. Naketiano. A significant portion of Naketiano, about also for no or Ghana has it.
How?
Oh, ye, or soften it near Leono, Manchester, my 7 previous, or Arabia fibroid. When Timmy and Shema fibroid, you were landing or soften it to me that damn one catch and say, fibroid, no, hospital or Ghana high, you did in Ade, about be fibroid naman. Emma, me, it need disarm or Sophia some with you. And we be do Ghana hanging a downfall. And we'll buy when Timmy and money bush and yes, some will be free. On my case, more Britain, I want to media bagan in you. Obedri and one check and or lay on home. Quiet. And Odi or suffer non rich matches or Mukupi hospital be a main person a good news here because investigation be cause and what defense and Kumasi quine more, Konongo quine more. Emma Mani, ye call ya. Obamuno chan on water. Ye Kwaku yi fibroid in natures of Waba, a man of watching movie. Mamina Kwaku just like that.
How?
Just like that.
How?
Your course is an in your main if London.
How?
The most regrettable part in the saying, or soften Anka celebration for the Renako Moon, or soften it Jania to read.
Okay, so, this is some new. You probably could come back and some papa. I'm telling you. Like Akmano.
Expose no, your day by media also for being one minisano. By the way, may come will be answered to say nobody, not even the president of this republic, respectfully, Obetimiaka say Kwaku Annan, don't expose any man of God. Now this time the expose is going to catch all the big men of God in this country. Oh yeah. Including one more ye gain in a sefuna, Omina, the power of Suntama expose woman Ghana for because I saw for no dona ya for criminals and thieves and ropes. And almost she say, Obi ko come in tia kweku yes moja kakra ye didi on ye pacho. Srewa. Oh, omo catch Jesus Christ. Koken ka scripture no. Na omo Pharisee for no catch Jesus Christ. I na to me ben na odi ye adwuma. Na enye Beelzebub to me na odi ye adwuma. No catch them say no. Na we na ye ka no Bible no intro ya na. Son of Christ catch them. Christ catch them say na dem who can say me ye. Ni na ye ntro wo konkon no mu ana. Ya tro wo konkon no mu nti de ntina mu bi sa ne sa. And no dey asofo no bebre wo mo ye say Kwaku Annan and no betu sawo asofo so the sefo. Sa na ye dey Christ. Nti ye no dey ye no ye fiase ni dey ye. By the way, asofo no momro emlaso. And asofo no must understand say some the celestial world and every replace the terrestrial terrestrial world and then what my lawyer for should advise them and advise them well. I think also say a lawyer for are not helping.
Yes, I don't know why not open schedule.
They are offending the fundamental laws of this country. Now, so if you need their bempa and then call for it to
I am also when from court. For none that's not useless. That's who's candy or no.
As you say, me, and ordinary and a court where if we do baby or say then. Or see and fast and refi AD near me castle. Now why imagine so wood hey catch the was for a matter wood to me too. Wood two members mean now so a piece also or start him a heaven gates now no market register. So what market register says and the and yena your time was fine on no be marking register. Including why only make us.
Now those people are some born poor.
We must not allow this. I will conclude by saying that Owusu Bempah so be crash Kwaku Annan Ghana for breaking news in say menim eguase. He's been exposed and embarrassed. To me or the be man. To me in the adwuma in the media commission. Na no so me promise Ghana for say me management at now. Na ya tro are responding properly at the media commission for no me frame ye nya akwa kotan. Ye kotan ho a Ghana for moving who the answer be Kwaku Pim. Into Owusu Bempah when to me amfa like can say or say anyo. You see there we can say we invite media commission for some money na sepana. Ofi ani aso.
And awesome. Thank you very much, my dear friend and brother co-host Kwaku Annan. And this program, as I said, is live on my CTVGH, Frontline Ghana, and also on the Hawk TV. Keep subscribing to all these channels so that you get the online version news at first hand. Kwaku, I appreciate your time, this very time, and also this moment for all your good words and we just have a fire in here. I want to museum assassin so most of what can about church or at all. Those of you who start, insulting and one church or insulting one bra. Obviously, be delete someone. Come, fe. Na bibi or can de church some seconds be na.
The American say the Ghana for Nina say, Mamma Bompire, my mamma did in common. Moncoswana, Monire Moho, they are seeing fire horn, then so fanny one. Frontline Ghana, my frontline program, they resume me, say the very last week of January, and Yabeba. Inti wa wo hwe enim kwan no gusu ana hwe enim kwan no mo Ghana fo ina mani ye ba expose kese no for 2026 na ye ba be hyase me do bi ase
My name is Enoch Ijo. Thanks very much for watching and listening. Keep sharing, subscribing, and bye.